we're cooking. Welcome back to our kids show. My name is Aunt Annie.
And I'm Grandma Jane.
And if you were hopefully watching our last episode, because we were preparing, I should say Jane was preparing. She's taking the lead today. She not only put in a lemon pound cake in the oven, that took an hour after she showed you how to make it. She now successfully flipped it over onto a nice pretty plate, and so she's going to teach you how to frost that. We also, the last episode, made it, I should say Jane made the most fabulous fruit pizza. We've been diving into it ever since we cut off from the last episode. So this particular episode, we're going to frost this cake, and we're going to make the next Father's Day entree, which Jane's father, Dale, loved, stir fry. So Jane's going to teach you how to make stir fry here in a little bit, but let's get this cake frosted. Do we need much for frosting on this thing?
Not really, and I kind of eye it, but I'll see what I can kind of tell you some kind of measurement here. I just guess at it until I get the right consistency.
And what did you put in there?
About a cup of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And all I do is drizzle, so I don't need it real light, you know.
Okay.
And then I'll do a little milk. You can also put melted butter in there if you want to. I think it makes it kind of shiny. But for this, I don't, because it's just a drizzle.
And again, this was her father Dale's, one of his favorite desserts that his good cook daughter made.
And my mom made it all the time for him. Okay, I'm gonna just add a little bit more powdered sugar. So
Now what consistency are we going to want this frosting?
You want it to be thick enough that it kind of just drips over the edge, but not too thin that it, all goes over the edge.
Okay.
And then this should be about right. So maybe about more like 2 cups of powdered sugar too. You gotta be careful and add a little bit of the milk, like we do say about mayo and anything else at first, because it can, if you have too much, then
Can't take it out.
yeah. I'm gonna add a little more. It's still too runny. Okay. And then there's nothing to this. And the almond flavoring is what I add instead of vanilla.
Okay.
I just love that taste.
Is it good with the lemon?
Yes, it's so delicious with the lemon.
Awesome.
Okay, this is getting plenty thick. See how that is?
Okay.
And
Can
then-
you show them again?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll come off your spoon, but it's not going to run off. Okay.
And then hopefully it won't get too runny when I add, this is almond flavoring. And doesn't take too much of it, like maybe a half a teaspoon. Goes a long ways. And it looks like it's still gonna stay thick. Thick enough. You kinda gotta tug at it to mix it up. So, and then all I do is just go around the top like that.
So it would be handy if you get a measuring cup / bowl that also has a spout
It is handy.
on the end. It's very handy. They're all over the place anymore to get measuring cups with the pour or the spout there.
And that should be dripping down the sides pretty good.
It is. I see it over here anyway.
Yeah. Maybe a little more on this side. But you control it a little better too when it's thicker. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that's
Awesome.
all there is to it.
I might have to try this.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah,
problem.
taste the frosting. And you just slice it up. Should I slice it up? Show them what it looks like in the middle. It's real lemony and moist because it's a pound cake.
You could use one of those clear plates up there too if you wanted.
Okay.
On
Where
the
are
left, on the left.
The left side here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would do it. Get that out of there. Oops.
Here, I'm going to get you a proper one here.
Okay. I've got this one too. Oh, you've got tongs in there. Good.
I've got all kinds of stuff in here.
That'd be good for.
But do you think this is what I'm looking
Oh,
for?
okay.
And I think it has what we call a sheath on it,
Yeah.
which is a covering over the metal part.
And there's a lemon pound cake.
Oh,
Ready to
yum.
Yep.
Delicious.
And that wraps that up for the lemon pound cake.
Okay, I'm going to clear this off for now so Jane can move into the stir fry.
Okay. putting down a plexiglass cutting board because we're cutting chicken up this time. And we don't wanna ever cut that on wood. We know that.
The raw meat.
Yeah, raw meat.
So this is an example, kids, when we told you, we misspoke or misled you on some of the episodes. You just do not want to put raw meat on, like my butcher block or a wooden cutting board. It's okay after it's cooked, but not raw, okay?
Okay, wash the hands good, Roger, right?
Roger that.
And I'm gonna cut one of these chicken breasts up to be put into marinade for the shish kebabs, and one of them's gonna go right into our stir fry. So this is.
Do you want a bowl to put the chicken in, or is it
That'd be
necessary?
Yeah, for the one that's marinating, I will.
Is this big enough?
Yep, that's fine. And we can put some Italian salad dressing in there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Now, shish kebabs were Ann's dad's favorite, right?
My dad, it's one of, I know he loved to grill. And we're a little hesitant to show you kids how to grill anything yet because we think you just absolutely have to have supervision or permission. So my dad loved to grill anything. So in his honor today, and I think Jayne's dad probably loved to grill too. In his honor though, for sure, if not both of our father's honors, we are making shish kebabs.
Okay, that's for the shish kebabs, and I'm gonna start the stove with some butter in a wok. And it's a Teflon non-stick wok. And it's been, I've had it quite a few years. It's been a really good wok. And it holds a lot, and it's so much easier to make stir fry in it. And I will cut this chicken up, not super huge, not super little. It's kind of a smaller bite-sized maybe pieces. And it can go into the wok. And I put that in first, and then I'll put carrots in next, because carrots are harder, takes longer to cook, because they're denser and harder. So it takes longer to cook those, so we'll get those cooking first, and then go with onions and broccoli and cauliflower and right down the road. Now stir fry is one of, oh my gosh, my family's favorite things. I know my dad could eat it cold. He loved it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I can too. When I smell it in the refrigerator, I can just grab a forkful of it cold. And I like to serve it on rice. So I've got the rice is already cooked here in the rice cooker. And I even like a few chow mein noodles on top warmed up. Adds a little crunch, but not everybody likes it.
Yum!
And then we'll have soy sauce that we'll add to that. And then it really starts making the whole house smell good. If you like it anyway. Now I forgot to bring my chopsticks, but we can just use a big spoon. Wash my hands after that chicken. Okay, and then I will get this and switch it out because we're not going to use some on the top. But anything on top of where it was raw chicken. And I've got this other wooden one that I'll use, cutting board. And that's marinated.
I'm not sure what else she wants, so I'm just putting some stuff out there that she may want.
Thank you.
I'll get the soy sauce.
Gotta have my bench scraper. You have one of these, Megan? These bench scrapers are so nice.
I've always wanted one though.
Yeah. Uh-oh, there's a Christmas gift coming.
I think,
you use it all the
I
time.
think that might be just the ticket.
We had them in school. I took a bunch of culinary classes and I
Oh,
loved them.
really? Yeah, you keep it right there. You just use it right automatically. Because it can transfer so much at one time.
Now, how big of what you're cutting now are you doing?
I will do carrots next,
And what did you just do?
green onions.
And you just kind of diced it?
Yeah.
Or lined them up and
I
put
just
them in?
lined them up and sliced them about a
What,
quarter.
like this?
Yeah, quarter
Okay,
inch, quarter inch or so. I gotta be sure when I say how big or how many ounces I do about right, or teaspoons.
As you're using that knife, Jayne, it's reminding me, Megan and I were talking about the show this weekend at length, and Megan had a great idea for part of an episode, and that's, I want to give her credit for this, to teach you kids about knives and cutlery, because different knives are meant for different purposes. And yeah, sometimes we get so we have a favorite knife, and so we tend to use it over and over for different things. But there are different knives for a reason. It's because they all serve a different purpose. So thanks to Megan for that great idea.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we do that.
Yep.
And we might even have Megan as a guest if she'll do it and teach us about those knives.
Absolutely.
We could get her on air.
This is one of my favorites right here. It's an akiri and it's a vegetable cutter. But I use it for everything. I keep it sharp. I've got a really nice knife sharpener too. You want to keep your knife sharp. It makes a difference when you're cutting up stuff.
So green onion and carrot first. Is that what you
The
did?
carrot, yeah, really needs to go in first.
And
with
is
the
there
chicken.
meat in there yet?
There's chicken, all the chicken's in there. And we have soy sauce out or no?
Yep, it's right.
Here. Oh, see? Just like my son, it helps you when it's in front of him.
Well, we know where we got it then.
Yeah.
For heaven's sakes.
That's right. That's right. Your grandma seemed to like our videos.
Did she?
Yeah. She was laughing. So you want me to do red onion too, or is that for the shish kebab?
I got it for shish kebabs.
Okay.
Because I figured your green was good enough for stir fry.
We'll just let that cook around as that can be added whenever. I don't like my vegetables real done, do you? I mean, I like them to have firmness yet.
I like them to have some crunch as
Right,
well.
yeah.
Yes.
Because yeah, otherwise they turn to mush fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kids, I also wanted to bring that's kind of the same thing with noodles. When you cook noodles, some people, in my opinion, way overcook noodles and pasta.
Uh-huh.
A friend of mine named Roxanne, probably 2 different years, while I lived in college, and she always said that she always could tell when her spaghetti, for instance, was done when she threw it at the wall and it stuck to
I
it.
heard that.
So when we make spaghetti, we'll do that fun little trick for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Whoops. But I have that way of just shutting the lid, you know, after it's boiled. And that's a great way. And then you
Okay.
never have it boil over. But
Okay.
nothing worse than mushy pasta.
Yeah, and I'm like the mushy vegetable too. I want some
Yeah.
crunch. That's what we have teeth for.
Yeah.
And I hope, anyway, you kids noticed that in between episodes, we did our dishes. We do not,
Annie did 'em.
we do not leave messes for other people, and it helps us to get organized for the next meal.
It's the least favorite part, but you gotta do it if you're gonna cook. So, I think I have already sliced up. And, oh, I know. You wanna open a can of that can of chestnuts for me?
Sure.
And then I think we'll be pretty much ready to just.
I'm gonna wipe off the
Stir it
can like
around
Jayne taught us another episode.
There's mushrooms, sliced mushrooms, right in there.
And I'm gonna assume, Jayne, you want these drained?
Yes, please. Then you can show them how to really drain them, like I didn't do when we had sauerkraut.
Oh, that worked out fine.
Yeah.
Not to worry.
Well, sometimes I leave some of the juice, like to olives or sauerkraut, in there to store it. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but I just feel like it stays
Oh
pretty
yeah,
dry.
I don't think that would hurt, especially like with olives and things.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted any of this juice in your concoction.
No, I don't do it. If I make chow mein, which will be something I'll make in the fall, then I do, sometimes use the juice.
There you go.
And that sounds good too, doesn't it? Except not so much when it's hot, but I love chow mein. My dad loved chow mein too.
Jayne's got nice fingernails to get that lid off that can, but you need to be sure to either use something or you don't want to get your fingers cut on a metal lid. So either use something to help pry it off, or like Jayne, if you have a nail, that's good.
And I have cut myself that way, and it's horrible.
It is.
It's painful and it's hard to heal because you're always using your fingers. So I just do a little of this for garnish, maybe, and then I'll clean it up. But everything's cooking, and I guess what we could do is assemble while that's cooking up the shish kebabs.
Sure.
And then we'll be kind of in
Good
line
shape
with
for the
that.
next episode, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
garden bag? Or is that still up?
It's yours.
Oh, yeah.
It's right there. I can do
So,
that.
tomatoes. There's still
And
some
at Jane's instruction, I've been getting the skewers wet. And do you know why they need to be wet, Jane?
If you use wooden skewers on a grill, they'll start on fire if you don't get them wet.
Okay, very
I
good.
learned that.
The hard way, or
Yeah,
somebody
no,
teach you?
somebody told me, thank goodness.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I would hate that. Dawson, you're gonna sleep all the way home, aren't you?
I wish.
Yeah. I was
I'll
gonna
probably
say.
scream the whole
Hi!
He won't, Willie. He won't scream, Willie.
Let's hope not, for
Are
mommy's
you
sake.
gonna scream? He goes, I'm not sure about you yet. You're a new face, he goes. Okay, so, gotta throw the rest of that. You can use olive oil, you can use butter, you can use whatever you want to cook up your stir fry.
Now, how high of heat do you have that on?
I just have it on about 6 out of, like about medium. I don't like to do it real high. I mean, you have to be right over it otherwise. But it seems like it won't cook down forever, but then all of a sudden it's cooked down. So, and I haven't added any seasoning to it,
Okay.
but I could add some pepper. Sometimes I'll use a little hot pepper. Sometimes I'll use a little lemon pepper. It's just whatever your taste is. I like the soy sauce taste in it mostly. I used up the last year butter on your little butter tray here.
No problemo.
Okay.
We'll take care of it in
And
a
I don't
while.
think we'll need it for the next one. So, if we do these skewers, I don't know how much this will make, we'll just do it. Anybody have a certain order of how they like them put on or anything?
Megan, do you have any thoughts?
I always like to do a pepper or something first because it
Yeah.
kind of holds it
Yep, I agree.
in its place.
These are still good, so might as well salvage those.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. And we have another pepper besides two. Maybe Annie, you want to do this part? I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Did your dad have a certain way of doing it?
No, no. A lot of times he didn't even do the assembling, he did the grilling.
Okay.
But we might need some garlic powder later, okay, for that.
I know sometimes in my family we'll do different ones, different orders, so then we know whose is who if someone doesn't like something.
Oh, yeah?
So we'll start with, like, say, mom's will start with a mushroom, and then if I don't want mushrooms, mine will start with something else so we can tell them apart.
How
Or
smart.
everyone does their own.
And you can do a mixture
Smart.
of meat. However, today, steak is really expensive right now, so we just thought we'd stick with chicken. But you can do a combination of pork and chicken and, beef and
Absolutely.
whatever you want.
Now, unlike some of the other recipes we've made where we did a lot of dicing and making things small, shish kebabs are big chunks of things. Now, it's wonderful for color to obviously alternate all of your things.
We have more pepper too.
I
Not in the fridge.
will look.
Okay. This is a pointed skewer, so you want, and the other end is flat, so you want to do the pointed to add everything on. It just, it's easier to put it through. And I cut up this red onion in wedges. You guys usually marinate your beef too, right? I'm sure.
Chicken, yeah, for sure. Jane, I'm not seeing anymore.
No? Okay, well,
Now, normally, I would put red pepper, yellow pepper, green pepper, orange pepper. I love all those peppers, especially the sweet ones. The red, yellow, and orange. We can put meat, cherry tomatoes, Vidalia onion, red onion, or both, mushrooms, whatever you want to put on there. And I think Megan had a great suggestion. Either make your own or make them different so you can tell yours from somebody else's. That way, for instance, if Jane doesn't like red onion, we'll know mine from hers because mine will have the red chunks in it.
okay.
Some people like more of one flavor than another, so.
Yeah,
You can't do it wrong if it's the way you like it.
exactly. Ah,
Didn't know if you'd need this bowl. I'll get it out of your way.
I guess I don't. We'll just put on what we got
And
here.
here's this if you
that's
wanted
good.
one of,
Medallion.
if you want Vidalia on yours. I don't know.
Nah, I won't.
Okay.
We'll save it
Okay.
for that. Oh, I already put green onion in there, so we're good yet.
Okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Do we need any more oil? Or
I
anything
don't
you
think
think
so.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Dawson's getting tired. Dawson's.
Well, we almost got it licked here.
You betcha.
There's two. Do you want to assemble a few?
Sure.
Okay, there's just that little bit of pepper left. That's okay. Maybe I can salvage a little more here. And I stir fry because it looks like it's cooking up pretty good. All right. Starting to smell good. You think Dawson would eat any of this?
Probably not. He might eat the broccoli. Sometimes I can get him to eat broccoli.
Oh yeah. Is he like chicken?
Not really. No. It depends on the day, I guess.
It depends on the day with a little boy. Enjoy this age. Boy, it doesn't last long, does it? I mean, they grow up so fast.
Oh yeah.
I should do this since I'm right-handed this way.
I think they're going to be a baby forever, and next thing, then toddler, you know.
I know I was so excited for him to get to be this age, and I thought it was taking forever, and now that it's here, I think it went by fast.
And they keep you busy, don't they?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's incredible.
So how's it looking
Sounds
over
good.
there?
Well, it's cooking up really good. I'd say it's getting there. I just want to be sure the chicken's good and tender. And it does, for some reason, it just melts in your mouth. Because it's small, it's in all those juices, and oh, it's just delicious. Boy.
Good, we'll have stuff to send home for Megan so she can relax.
That's right. That's what it's all about. Especially in the summer. So you had some good Italian food, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't ever eaten there. I'd love to.
I love Italian. I could eat spaghetti every day.
I
Or
love
pizza
spaghetti
or
too.
anything.
Do you like lasagna and all that stuff too?
Yeah, not as much though.
It's spaghetti, yeah. I love spaghetti too. I've got really good meatball recipe from an old Italian woman in Brooklyn that was raised in Brooklyn. It's fabulous. It's got the Parmesan and mozzarella and stuff in there. Corn flake crumbs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Delicious. Wonderful. And I also have a tip too when I get to that part. Use a fork, not your hands, to get in there and make meatballs. The fork is what an Italian guy taught me is what makes them so tender and fall apart. Now, isn't that interesting? Rather than mush it all up, you know? Is he still watching TV? No, he's right there.
I like your cherry tomato at the end.
Yeah. And right at the top over there. Looks good. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Okay, these get crispy in about 40 seconds or less. So, then, I think it's time to plate. I've got the rice already on the plate. And
So about how long did the rice take, Jane?
about 20 minutes, maybe a little more.
And is it kind of automatic? How do you know when it's done in the
It
cooker?
clicks off. It clicks to warm. from
Oh,
cook.
awesome.
And then I put the stir fry on top, and this is how I like to eat it. And then I put a little extra soy sauce for taste. And chow mein noodles that have been warmed up in the microwave a little bit.
Oh my gosh, Jane, you've got to show them up
There you
close.
go.
Isn't that delicious looking?
All right. We'll have to chow down on that later. I'm
Yes.
going to turn this down then. Let it simmer a little bit
Does that look good?
Oh my gosh, I bet he's hungry, huh?
Does that look good?
See, why
Maybe
it's
Mama
okay.
wants to feed you some of that. Okay.
You can let it cool a little bit. Okay, so are we signing off or keeping going on to the shish kebab?
How you doing on time there, Megan?
28 minutes.
Yeah, it won't take us long for shish kebab.
No.
But do you want to blend them or not? 'Cause
Let's
we're
go
on
and
setup,
let's go
yeah.
and touch down, and then we can regroup. So again, we've learned a lot of good things today. We're already prepared for shish kebabs, which is the next episode, so it should be a short one. But just to give us time to clean up and regroup, Jayne has taught us how to make a wonderful stir fry, and baby Dawson is staring at it with his tongue open, tongue just out wide, wanting to taste it, I can tell. So what's another thing you want to tell us about your dad, Jayne?
Well, he liked to entertain, and he'd say to Mom, "I'll clean the basement if you cook." You
Oh,
know, she was just
fun.
remembering that. They always were entertaining all their friends, and my folks had a lot of friends, and all I remember when I hung out with them, because I was the youngest one, you know, and would hang out with them a lot, was that they always were laughing and doing like golfing or fishing and laughing. I never remember any spats amongst them or anything.
Awesome.
It was just fun. I thought that's
Awesome.
how life was supposed to be, you know.
Another thing I loved about my dad is he took care of everything, just immaculate, impeccable care. His lawn, his home, his cars, himself. In fact, my stepmother Judy always says that he had to be the most well-groomed man she ever met.
That's awesome.
He always had his nails trimmed and clean, and he was always clean shaven. I never saw him with a beard. His hair was always combed. He always dressed nicely and appropriately. I appreciated that about him. I could have picked up more from him than I did. So, any rate, that's just another thing. We'll talk about some more about our dads next episode. So, until then, what would you say signing off, Jayne?
Hey, we love you. Stay safe.
And stay cool. It's a
Yeah.
hot summer day today. So until next time on
Now we're cooking.